Aloha, Namaste, Sitaram, Assalamu alaikum, Shalom, good morning, good evening, good night, and good day to each and every one of you. This is Dianne Ojar on the Divine Soul Journey. Divine, why? Because we all connect to superior being, that force of a divine. Whoever resonates with you. So, because we all have a soul, and that soul wants to go and reach to enlightenment, but there's a lot of work along the journey to reach to enlightenment. And we want to be on that journey with you, and how we can help you. Please do let us know on Divine Soul Journey. And if you wish to connect with us, please do. We would love to hear your story, just like our guest today, on dsjshow2020@gmail.com. As a disclaimer, I just want to say this is not about religion. This is not about Taoism or any isms for that matter. We respect everyone's beliefs and faith. There are practices, as you know, we do from time to time, forgiveness practice and blessings as appropriate. And we'll guide you as what to do. If you choose to take part of it, we'll tell you what to say. If not, it's okay. I would just love for you to sit back and relax and enjoy the show. For the next little while, we have an exciting show. We always have exciting shows. And people from different backgrounds, different experiences. And I would love to introduce my guest right now. Her name is Rosetta Cappiello. And I may say that incorrect, but she will tell us the correct pronunciation. And Rosetta is in Australia. So I'd love to say welcome, Rosetta, to Divine Soul Journey.
Hello, Diane.
How are you?
Thank you for having me on the show. I'm well. I'm well.
Good.
Yes.
Lovely. So Rosetta, why don't you tell us, a bit about yourself? And I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I don't usually call her by her last name. That's the thing. I was just calling her Rosetta. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
Yes. My name's Rosetta Cappiello. That's fine. That everybody mispronounced it. Not a problem. We all go by our first names, so that's all good. I was guided here. I was soul guided here, I think. I was on Diane's show with Nevedita the other day. And for some, it was just very, everything that was said on the show really resonated with me where I am at the stage in my life. And I feel like my soul really guided me to be there because here I am. And I'm still
lovely.
Yes, I'm still a bit like surprised. And it's like, wow, thank you, heaven. A lot of changes have happened for me in the last few months. My journey began in 2019. Through all my life, I've been feeling disconnected and alone and always searching for something. I just had so much fear around everything. I lived with parents that were very, very loving, which I see now what they were doing. They were on the right path. They were doing the right thing, protecting me. But that just made me feel even more disconnected. And I just went through life just on automatic pilot, so to speak. Got married, had children, and still the suffering that I was feeling inside was getting just worse and worse. And even though I was surrounded by family, I had beautiful children, I still felt that alone feeling until it got to 2019, and I just couldn't cope anymore. I reached that final stage in my life that I thought something that why am I here? Why am I here? I just felt more lost than ever before, and that from that I just said yes. I just said yes, whatever is. I was on a spiritual journey, but I didn't realize it. That's what was always calling me, I think. And I just sat down one day and I just cried and I said, "Do you know what? If um, if we are loved and we are meant to be here and we are part of the divine, I shouldn't be suffering like this." So I thought, you know what? I give up. I give up. I'm ready. I'm ready. Whatever the next step is, I'm ready. And yes, from that, everything just started to shift. But as things start to shift, of course, all the negative things and all the problems came to the surface even more and led to a divorce, which I knew that was something that was going to happen. And from there, everything just changed. And then I met Dr. Master Shah. I was introduced to his teachings, and from there, everything just shifted. I remember being in the first session, I just cried, I just sobbed, because everything suddenly made sense. Everything in my life, all my suffering, and why I was feeling lost, and that I was here to do more, and karma, everything just suddenly made sense. And before I knew it, I became a Tao Hands practitioner. And the journey is still up and down, but I just see so much gratitude. I have so much gratitude now. And it's just, I just love learning. One of the fears in my life was I wasn't good enough to learn, and just the thought of doing something for myself was, I carried along too much guilt, that I was meant to just be home and just look after my family and to put myself last. I mean, that was what I was here to do, to serve as a family, and I think that's what I wished for, because I thought that's what life was about.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but my life has changed so much since
Yes.
then. I'm doing so much studying. I just love to learn as much wisdom as I can and to go deeper. And of course, hearing it over and over, it takes you to a different level of understanding. So now I find myself at the stage where I feel another huge life change happening. I'm ready to step up more, closing my service, my business that I've been doing for such a long time, and that's just brought up a whole lot of fear. But I know that I see the blessings in everything, and so that's where I am today.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. So, let's talk about a couple of things there. Now, first of all, I just want to let everybody know we're not here to convince you. Yes, we have a very powerful teaching that we're involved in and learnings from, a very special person. But I'm not here. And she talks about Dr. Dianne Ojar, the music you're listening to, as well. Divine gave it to him. But we're not here to convince you about anything that we do, to join any organization. But I'm telling you, over the years, you will hear just what you need to hear out of this whole story. So just keep in mind, all I want you to do is to keep an open mind about what you hear. If it resonates with you, awesome. If not, awesome as well. So let's talk a little bit about a lot of things in there. I mean, first of all, being on a spiritual journey, life's journey, soul journey, is not an easy one. In this sense, it's like a roller coaster ride. And I don't expect anything to be easy, which has great value, as you know. But we do learn from a lot of the lessons sorry, let me say, the testing that's thrown at us, and because those are huge lessons, and the ups and downs, and talking about having fear. Listen, fear doesn't exist. What it does is that it's fear of the unknown. But once you take that and you do it once, oh, it becomes not new anymore because we don't know what to expect. Somebody gives us lemon. Okay, what are we going to do with it? We're going to cook it. We're going to make lemonade. And these are some of the things that Rosetta has gone through. So Rosetta, some of the things you talked about, it's not easy after having a family to actually move out on your own, live on your own, having a business. And you talk also about your parents were very loving, but yet it seems like something was missing. And one of the things I always tell you is that you have to trust in surrendering, and in surrendering and trust. So where should we start here in terms of, let's talk about your parents first. They were loving parents. You were getting everything you wanted, but you felt like something is missing. And I call that the elephant in the room. So what would you believe was missing? And we'll go along the pathway and the journey. What was missing? You were getting everything, but what did you believe was missing?
I think it was that security and that sense of love and nurturing that I think I was searching for. They were loving, but in a very protective way, in a negative way that they were stopping me from going out, socializing, having friends, because they needed to protect me.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. I know that feeling. I came from protective parents as well. You couldn't go here, you couldn't go there. Yes, okay, now I get it. Okay. Yes, loving, wanted the best for you. However, you were very restricted, especially being the last child. That's a whole nother story.
I'm a middle child.
So yes, and that's the thing. It's but here's the thing about that too. I always appreciate that with my mom particularly, is that when I grew up, I have to say, and look back at life and kids, you appreciate the learnings and teachings of that time to make you who you are today, and that carefree and so forth. So you have some more discipline in you than you actually believed. That gave you the strength to survive. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, I understand that. But when I was going through it, or my growing up, I didn't see it that way. It held me back in the sense that I didn't feel safe if I was to go out without my parents, because they were always there and they were always surrounding me. So it made me feel lost, and I didn't know myself. I didn't know how to act in a crowd. I didn't enjoy going to school.
They smothered you. They smothered you,
yes.
And yes, they smothered you to the point that you didn't know how to breathe outside. Like you were in a box. So you always looking over your back.
Guidance, and that encouragement. Yes.
And how many of you, for our audience out there, feel like that, or grew up like that? Because the parents, and here's the thing, our parents did the best they can with the tools and resources they had based on their experience or what they happened to them, but didn't want that to happen to us. However, even for our kids, it's a different story. But that's the life that they knew. And this is every generation is a different generation as well. So that led you to so when you met someone, not knowing what to expect. Of course, everybody wants to leave their house and get married, go off just to escape. I know a lot of people escape by getting married and not knowing what they're getting themselves into was actually like going from the the fire in the pot? Was it the fat in the pot? Jump into the fire or something like that? I can't remember. Because then things happened. Was that the same for you? In terms of you're going out to get married, but you don't know what to expect, or you were told that you had to get married, or in a relationship and didn't understand what self-love, because you got to love yourself first to understand having a relationship with anyone or even having kids. Let's talk about that. Because I know we had many conversations about, we had a few conversations, but were very deep. So tell us about, was that the problem that you were having? And every session we talk about, every show, it's like a therapy session, it's a coaching session, it's a conversation, it's a release for everyone. So if this resonates with you, please take out whatever it is we're talking about if this resonates with you. So please, Rosetta, go ahead.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. Yes, it was an escape, I think. Everybody in the extended family were getting married, and that's what life was meant to be about: getting married, having children, that's what I was brought up with. And yes, when I finally found my partner at the time, that's what it was. My parents straight away were not happy about it, and I thought, no, for once, I'm going to listen to my own feelings. I'll go by my guidance. And I think, yes, thinking now, where I am now, it was my way out, because yes, happiness didn't last long, and new problems started, and I felt even more lost than before. Then I had my 2 daughters. I'm blessed with 2 daughters. And I remember when my first daughter was born, the first thing I thought when I looked at her, I thought, I'm not alone anymore. I have somebody to love. I thought that was going to change my whole life. But yes, when we're not happy inside,
it's okay. We get emotional and cry on this show too, so have no fear. This is for you. We've done a lot of things on this show. Trust me on that one. Oh,
it's been a roller coaster, as you said.
Come up a little closer. Come up a little closer to the phone.
It's a roller coaster.
Come up a little. Was that her? Come up a little closer to the phone. Your sound is.
Sorry.
That's
sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, it is a roller coaster, as you said. So that didn't last long. I started to get all the insecurities again and feeling more lost than ever before. And now thinking I didn't have my parents there all the time, because they were the ones that were meant to look after me. And now I had a family and I had to look after them, which I really loved. I think it was a dream come true. My girls are the most precious thing to me. And that's what led me to reaching out for help, because I suddenly realized that I was becoming my parents. And I started thinking, I'm starting to project all my fears onto my daughters, and I didn't want them to go through life the way I did.
Let me ask you this. Let me just ask you this for a moment, as I'm going to lose my train of thought here. Were your parents happy parents with their life themselves? So you were living not a happy life. You're living their life. So whatever their emotions were, that's what you were living, because you were pretty much under them.
Yes. That's I see that now. Yes, because I didn't want to disapprove them. Deep down, I knew that I was different. I knew that there was something, that I was me, and I didn't have to agree with all their beliefs. But I didn't understand. So I thought, them being my role models, I was wanting to be like them, to be how they brought me up, which is what they wanted as well.
Well, they're the role models because they're the only ones that you knew.
Yes.
You were with them 24/7. And again, when we choose don't get me wrong, I'm saying we pick our traits. First of all, let's go back for a little bit. We pick our parents. Nobody wants to believe that, but it's true. Way before you could even believe. We pick our parents, we pick the family we want to come into. Well, why would you want to do that? It's just the way it is, because there's certain lessons, and I'm going to go a little deep here now. If it resonates with you, fine. If not, it's okay. The soul, over lifetimes, whether you believe in reincarnation or not, picks up different lessons and teachings and learnings in order to that journey to enlightenment, as we mentioned before. And along the way, there's some really hard lessons we have to learn, because along the way, our soul is with us from the time we were even of a thought. when our divine created us. You only got one soul. But along that soul, the things happen, and we pick up our traits and characteristics and behaviors from our ancestors, which we call karma. Deeds, whatever you choose to call it. And this is what we have along the way. So you're picking up things along the way. And this is why you wonder, why am I living this life? Or things should be better. I'm a good person. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You're here on this earth for one lesson, more or less, a few lessons, but one in particular. And once that's done, you move on. In your case was that you were picking up traits and behaviors who were not congruent to who you were in this, because you have in common about 14 ancestors that's common to you, and after that you have other ancestors from different lifetimes, very powerful ones. I know I have powerful ones, but you're picking up the traits of the ones that you only know in this 100 years you may live to. But it's not congruent to who you are. It will be when you're young, but as you get older, it's not who you are anymore, because you begin to think, you begin to evolve, begin to explore. And this is where you feel like you don't belong in places. Until you reach a point and say, you have to surrender and trust in surrendering. And this is what you did. So good for you. And I just wanted to explain that to many people to make sure, some may have questions and have a clearer understanding. And if you don't, believe me, don't take my word for it. Go and research it. This is not modern talk we're talking. This is ancient talk we're speaking about. So now you're here. Now you've surrendered. And now you're saying, now you said there were many changes and shifts happening. You got divorced. Yes. You have your children. And I'll say one thing. Being on a soul journey is not a glamorous, easy thing to do alone. There's, the ups and downs. So when you surrendered, Rosetta, and you said, you know what, I need help, what happened?
What happened was everything around me started to be affected as well. I was suddenly in the middle of a marriage breakup, which I knew that was going to happen, but I didn't know how to take that step, but it happened for me. It shattered everybody's dreams about me or what they thought of me, and they actually thought, like, what, she's having a breakdown because this is not like her. She didn't speak before. She didn't stand up for herself. What's going on? Somebody's put all these thoughts in her head. And I thought, wow, is that what everybody thought of me?
Okay, so let's talk about that. That is really interesting. Yeah. Very interesting point. When we do something for ourselves, everybody else thinks we're crazy. We're nuts. Oh my goodness. He's this. What did she do? Does she have somebody else? I'm going to say the she because it's us women. Oh, he has somebody else, and so forth. And nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors, whether it be closed physical doors or closed doors within. And everybody, yes, we always do things to please. And I could so resonate with what you're saying. But you have to save yourself. You have to reach out and save yourself. And the only way you could do this is by saving yourself and not worrying about what everybody, and most of those other people are not even happy. But you had the courage to do it.
Yes. That's it did give me the courage, and I found the strength within me which I thought I didn't have, which surprised me as well. And I started making time for myself and looking after myself and continuing my healing journey. And with the practices and the teachings that I was learning, It taught me to do forgiveness practices, to forgive everybody, to forgive myself. So I sort of concentrated on that, but I was still in that between, like it was still separating me, because now I had my healing journey, which I was starting to find myself, and I was starting to feel whole, and life was starting to make sense. Um, and then I had my family still, my parents, and I was still divided, and I felt like I was still hiding my spiritual journey, because they were going to disapprove. And it was only in the last 6 months, I think, that I finally stepped up and I thought, no, I have my values, I have my truth, I have my journey. That really was a big thing for me, understanding that my journey is my journey, and others do not have to approve. That was a very, very transformative um, area for me. That's when a lot of things shifted.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm hearing. First of all, I want to say, when we do forgiveness, whether the way we do traditionally or just, this is not about the other person. It's about you. Forgiveness is about you. Not everyone out there. It's about you.
Yes.
Remember that.
Yes, sir.
Now, remember what you're saying as well is that I'm not saying that, in your middle age type of, 30s or 40s, you have grandchildren now. For 6 months, and you're still worried about, okay, let's go back for a moment. About a year ago, you're still worried about what your parents, or if your parents are still here, and the family, what they're thinking, and still judging you.
Yes. Yes.
Just 6 months ago, you began to release that. That is powerful. I mean, meaning that, when I mean powerful, in the fact that this is how we end up pleasing people, not ourselves. 6 months ago, you did this. Your whole lifetime, you still ended up pleasing regardless of everything. That is amazing. But what happened when you released it in 6 months ago and say, enough is enough. This is not about anybody. It's about me. It's about my journey. I need to live my life. My kids are older. My kids are on. I have grandkids. It's about me now.
Yes. Yes. It felt very surrendering that and understanding, because that's what I needed to believe in myself. I needed to believe in myself and really get that and really understand that, because I was saying it before, but still I was still hiding and still had that, oh, my parents are going to disapprove, or everybody's going to disapprove. And then I just got it. One day I just got it. And I thought, wow, no, I'm free. I am my own person. Why do others have to approve? So I started doing more things for myself without guilt. It was a lot of guilt that I was carrying, because I thought I was here to serve my children, my family, and putting myself first was wrong. I should be putting myself last, take care of them first. And then I thought, no, you bring in the balance. And I just feel that's what it's about. We are allowed to do what we like to do. That's what self-development is about. People go out, because I wasn't allowed to do anything growing up. I still had that deep beliefs and deep the guilt if I did do something for myself. And I thought, well, how come everybody else goes and takes an exercise class and they go for a walk and they'll go out with their friends? It's because that's what they choose to do. That's what makes them happy. And for me, that was a big realization that it's not wrong to be able to love my life and do what I like to do.
Wow. You see, these are the elephants that we have inside, deep down inside of us. So it takes us 50, 60, 70, 40, whatever years to realize that and Realization is one. To release it is a whole nother story. You have to know how to release it, which is what I do as well. But the fact that your whole life you've been doing this, and just because you just did not want to please anybody, I'm going to ask you a question. And, with the bat, don't even think about it, just say it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want all our audience, please do, who's joining us, please do catch us on the replay on YouTube. The shows will be there as well. And, please do catch us on DSJ Show 2020 at gmail.com if you have any questions. Definitely. So I'm talking with Rosetta about her journey, and we're realizing how much we please everybody but ourselves for lifetimes. Because this is how we be conditioned. Rosetta, how much do you love yourself? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. How much you love yourself now?
Now would be about 5.
Okay, that's very low.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's fix that. Let's tweak that. You're not broken to be fixed in the first place. Let's change your mindset. Let's do something about that. Because, we can talk about your journey, but I don't want anyone to leave here right now who is feeling the same way. Whether it be a 8, a 1, a 2, a 9. We want to get you to the maximum. So let's do this right now. That is what my job is. My job is to serve each and every one of you. So first of all, we're going to do a blessing, if it's appropriate, if it's okay with you, because we have to ask permission. And I want you to ask your unconscious, subconscious mind permission to do this for your soul. So is it okay for your soul for me to ask, present this to yourself, your soul, your subconscious, unconscious mind? Was that then everyone else out there can say yes or no? If it's no for you, then it's okay. Yes. Listen, if you go back on the replay and you would like to get that blessing, absolutely. So you're giving yourself permission to do this, which is number 1. Most important. There's nobody there but you in the first place. So we're going to give a blessing, but we're going to do a very powerful, forgiveness practice in there as well. A really cool one, okay?
Beautiful, thank you.
So I just want everybody to sit back and relax. And when I'm going to say certain words, I'll explain as I go along. Rosetta, you know what the words are. I'll do my best to do it in English. There's only a few words. And when I say your name 3 times, if you accept this blessing, Rosetta, please do. For everybody else who's listening, you will get a splash or flash, we call of it. We call it. So if you're okay with that, then that's fine. But if you can share, and by sending us or communicating with us how you feel, if it helped you, we would be honored to even have you on the show as well. So Rosetta, for everyone who may have an emotional, physical, mental issue going on right now, you can put your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart, one hand on your lower abdomen. If you have pain somewhere in your body, or you want to work on your eyes, your head, your knee, your pancreas, your liver. Or by the way, just to let you know, liver, we won't talk about the wood element, but the liver, it's also one of the unbalanced emotions is anger, which is the number 1 cause of cancer. Anger. And I've seen that happen to many people I know. I've seen lupus as well and so forth, with guilt and so forth. I just want to let you know that. The balanced emotion, which is the opposite of it, is patience. But let's do the blessing. So, Rosetta and everybody else, for those who are sitting, awesome, sit up straight, move your back away from your cushion. The backrest, have your feet grounded, don't cross the legs. Those who are lying down, be comfortable. But if you're going to repeat, do it silent. Do not repeat anything out loud when you're lying down. The energy just flows through. Okay? Any questions? Please let us know. Okay, Rosetta, you know what to do. So I'm going to
Yes,
start.
thank you. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. So here we go. How? Hello. That means hello. We have to be respectful. Dear divine source soul, the Tao divine source soul. Tao means source, divine, whoever divine is for you. Dear all our mothers and fathers in heaven and heaven comedian team. And it could be Jesus, Mother Mary, Buddha, Allah, saints, angels, bodhisattvas. You call whoever you resonate with. Your Shifus, your grandmasters, your most important ancestors, for those who understand what I'm talking about. Whoever you look up to, could be Kuan Yin, could be Mother Lakshmi, could be Lord Ganesh, could be Mary Magdalene, whoever ever it is. And that's the inner soul. So the outer soul, the moon, the stars, the sky, the Mother Earth, the galaxies, everything has a soul. And I would like you to call on your own soul. Just say, the soul of my soul, please do. Or just say, my soul, just please do come. And I want you, I know you may not understand this, we all have gifts and treasures inside of us that has been given to us, our talents and so what we would like to activate. So today our light treasures in our lower abdomen, that's an energy center that hosts all of these treasures. Please do activate. And then my Tao Dada healing hands. And I'm also going to activate other fields around me that I have access to. Or the calligraphies, the Love, Peace and Harmony calligraphy. This music we're listening to Love, Peace and Harmony, to enhance the energy vibration even more to the level that we want it to be. Again, like I said, my Tao Dada healing hands. Then we're going to do a forgiveness practice. So for all the souls, now I really want you to feel this from your heart, not your mind, your heart. For all the souls, we call on them, who my ancestors and I may have hurt in any area of life, in angry words, fighting, abuse, thought, speech, dishonesty, cheating, whatever it is, in all realms and lifetimes, we ask for forgiveness. And those souls who may have hurt my ancestors and I in all realms, in all capacity, like we mentioned, we give forgiveness. We hereby declare our debts have been cancelled. No more debt, no more karma. It's what we're asking and declaring. Feel this in your heart. But I want you to go on a journey with me now. And I want you to continue to close your eyes. And I want you to realize there's a heavenly being above you, whoever it is you want to call on. It could be the moon, the sun. It could be Jesus. It could be Kuan Yin. It could be Mother Mary. It could be divine, God. Whoever. It could be Amitofu. It could be anyone. And you ask them, and they're sitting above your head, and they're actually sending you a golden light that's going through your head, your crown. Feel that light go through your body. And as it gets to your head and your shoulders, you feel like because I'm feeling it, you feel like a little jolt. And you want to sit up straight. And feel it goes to your lower abdomen. Travel down, then to the feet, and down to the earth. To ground yourself, and then it comes back up. You go to your heart and feel it in your heart. And I want you to feel your heart. And as you breathe in this light, this golden light, your heart is expanding. And breathe it. Breathe. And it's growing. And it's growing. And it's growing. And it's growing as far as the street you live in. Then it's as you breathe, it's getting bigger and bigger. And shining. It's like this golden light. And you smile and you feel it from your heart. And as you go out to the city you're in. And then out to the country you're in. And then you go out into space. And you look down and you see Mother Earth and you're so happy and so blessed to be living on Earth. It's such a privilege and pleasure. You see Mother Earth through different eyes now. Imagine what the astronauts see when they look down. This is what you're seeing. You appreciate the little things now. Because the Earth is small now. And as you look towards heaven and you go through the galaxies and the Milky Way and the cosmos, you're going to see a light, a being, a light ahead. This being in a shape of you have a special person you want to connect with, call on them. They're here to greet you because they're going to take you above the grid. Where your whole heaven's team is sitting there for hundreds and thousands of miles. They're all so excited. They're all chattering away. But when you meet the beings in this heavenly light, they're going to take your hand and you smile because they're so happy and you greet them with respect. You can bow down and greet them or whatever you choose to. They take your hand and they take you above the grid. And when you look, you see, my goodness, everyone is sitting there waiting for you. And there's a spot right there for you. And they welcome you. And you thank them for having you. And you be respectful. Be grateful. Gratitude is key. And you're happy and you're smiling and you sit down. And as you're having conversations with them, or just being in the moment, listening to them, and they speak their own language, all the different languages they have, this soul language with, you would understand. Strange enough, you do. I can see the purple light. I can visualize the purple light keeps coming in and out as I'm saying this. You have the opportunity to ask them a question or two. And you can ask very specific people. And these could be mentors of yours, that people you admire in your area of communication, in your area of expertise or beyond. And you ask a question. And you ask them permission to ask a question. So go ahead, take a moment, ask that question. The one question that you would like to know, or the two questions, depends. No question is not worth asking. So as you ask your question, you wait for your answer. And your answer could come in a feeling, a sensation, a sign, in words, an image, in many ways, shape, and form. So I want you to take note of that answer. The answer to your question. And you can mentally jot it down. And you thank them for the answer. Now, when you sit here, you may believe it's only a few seconds or a minute. In reality, that minute can be hours. Because in the spiritual world, there is no time. There's no clock. It's timeless. what we call the woo world, which is the spiritual world, and the you world, which is the physical world. But unfortunately, you have to come back now. So as you get up, you thank them and you promise them you will be back, because you can do this. You can bow, you can kneel down, give gratitude and blessings however you choose to. And you thank them. And as the beings help you down the grid, you thank them. Be gracious. However they choose, if you want to hug them, whatever they accept, they're there for you. And as they bring you back down now, and you look as you're coming back home, you look back and you're happy and joyful and feel your heart. How light, how much love there is there, how much love you just received, how much you love yourself, knowing that you are special. You are a light. I am that I am. I am God's light. Meaning saying, here divine, here I am. I am your light. And as you come back to Mother Earth, come back to your city, come back to the street, come back to home, come back in your heart. And all that light you have, let it just burst inside of you from head to toe, skin to bone, in every single cell of your body until it's like a glowing. Think of it like a Swiss cheese with light in it and just glowing. Or a pumpkin that has, you carve a pumpkin and the light is just shining through from head to toe, skin to bone. And stay with me here. So here we go to do the blessing. And say thankful and be grateful. Focus on your heart. The blessing start. How? The Divine Soul. Thank you. Please, as appropriate, offer a blessing to Rosetta. Rosetta, say your full name 3 times.
Rosetta Cappiello, Rosetta Cappiello, Rosetta Cappiello.
Thank you. As appropriate for her request today, whatever that might be, and to transform all the dark, negative messages, what we call Shen soul, heart, mind, and body matter, into positive light and love into all areas of her body, and particularly in the area that she chose. I can't thank you enough. Blessing starts. How means all is good. Thou ends best and ends, thou ends best. How was that? And everyone put your hand in your prayer position, however you say give gratitude and thanks. However you want to do it. And what we say, how. We say everything in 3. So like how you have the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. It basically is for divine and the souls and your souls as well. And I would say it this way. Thank you, Divine Soul, Thou. Thank you, all heavenly beings and heaven's team. Thank you, all the inner souls, outer souls. Thank you, my soul. Thank you, my treasures. Thank you, Rosetta Soul, for coming, all the souls. Thank you, my Tao healing hands. Thank you, Master Shah. Thank you. Greatest gratitude. Countless blessing. We love you all and appreciate you. Thank you. And when you're ready, we say Gonsong. And Gonsong basically means that when all the souls come, they have to return and rest. That's what it means. And take a few deep breaths, and when you're ready, open your eyes. Rosetta, if you can just quickly share as we wrap up here.
I'm here.
So if you can just briefly share as we wrap up here at the end of the show. Very powerful. Can you just share how you're feeling? Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh, wait. How much do you love yourself now?
Wow, a 9.
Good
I
girl.
could say 10, but yes, there's still that little bit of, but I think a 9.
Well, think positive.
Wow.
Think positive. Be for the
Wow.
positive.
Oh my goodness. I feel so much love in my heart, and I feel something's been released in my heart. Yeah,
Good.
I feel
beautiful.
I'm more happy, more content. The word is content. Yes.
Well, sit
the
with
message
that.
I received.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the message I received was, it's safe for you to open your heart and allow the light in and enjoy every experience.
That's why you went from a 5 to a 9 to 10.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, in wrapping up, what are your words you would like to leave with our audience here today? I know time goes by when you're having so much fun.
Oh my goodness, everybody's here for a reason, and just be yourself. Do what makes you happy. Open your heart and love. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
You are very important. Yes.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. You're the only one who's like you. If you're a twin, you're still the only one who are like you. You can't be anyone else.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you. You compose yourself while I wrap up. You're in a little world right now. So you take your time and resonate and let it integrate. It take about 3 days for this to integrate. So you have your moment right there. Just be with yourself for a moment.
So grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm grateful for having you and sharing your story. Because, one of the things you said here, and if this resonates with you, awesome, everyone there who's listening to us. From the time we were born, we believe that we belong to another. And there's an instant attachment. And there is a bond between parents. And there's a bond between siblings. And there's a bond between everyone. And everything you do, and a job, and so forth. What it is that we have attachments. Maybe we conditioned to say, no, you cannot leave me. You got to take care of me when you get older. You're my child. And that's okay. However, you have to put things in perspective. When you have attachments, sometimes these attachments could hold on to you and stifle you, as you heard from Rosetta's story. We weren't even going to talk. We didn't even know what we were going to talk about. We talked about many things, but this was not one of the topics. And maybe someone out there, many of us out there, need to hear this. We live to please. We live to please everyone. Our bosses, our parents, our children, the neighbors. What will they think of us? We always believe that they're better than us. Most of them are not. You may see the material things they have, but in the heart, in the soul, behind closed doors, you don't know. I know, because I lived with that. Because of mental situations, health situations, all of that. Don't always assume that the other person is better than you. No. What we need to do is we need to let people know how they can reach out for help. It's okay to talk. It's okay to explore. It's okay to be. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to discover. It's okay to love. It's okay to ask to be loved. Whether it be from a person or from a spiritual source, divine. It's okay to put up in your hand in the air and say, I have no clue what I'm doing. I need help. Hey, I've done that. What is this journey? What is this mission? What is my life purpose? Live your truth. Stop speaking from your mind. That's your monkey mind. Speak from your heart. I say to people many times, stop and think before you open your mouth. Words are very powerful. Thoughts are very powerful. Master Shah always says, heal your heart and you heal all blockages. These are all blockages, which I've now begun to understand that this is karmic, negative karma in my life and in your lives. That's been passed on. You know, when they say words are powerful, and when we say, you know, we can be cursed, we have envy from others, all those things are true. I can say this because I know. And I know that you know. So what do? You open up your heart. You release. You do forgiveness. You surrender in trusting that what you're doing is right. The fact that you may not be doing it right is the fact that you're surrendering, and it will adjust its course. You don't have to know everything. So you got to surrender in trusting, and you got to trust that when you're surrendering, you're surrendering to a greater purpose. So I want to thank you and everyone. I want to thank Rosetta for sharing her story and being very open and willing as that blessing integrates, because she's in the moment here where she's integrating and absorbing this. And I want to thank you all for being open. That's all I ask. And if you need to reach out to us, I want to hear your story. Share your story. When you share, you help others. So on that note, I would love to say thank you again, Rosetta, for being with us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for your help.
You're very welcome. Thank you for everyone for joining us. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, the Source. Thank you, our souls. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all you have to say. Be grateful. And just be grateful. And just be grateful. Gratitude is huge. So until next time, on the Divine Soul Journey, this is Dianne saying, Aloha, Namaste, Sitaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Shalom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to each and every one of you. If you want to know if something is good for you, taste it. Take a bite. That's how I know if I'm allergic to something, if I like something. Try it out. If you don't like it, okay, fine. Tweak it. Do something. Just get up and do something and take some action. Until next time, Divine Soul Journey is love, peace, and harmony to each and every one. Have an awesome, blessed evening. Thank you all so much. Take care. Bye-bye.